really we're on the main dashboard here, or rather the pricing page. We're gonna start by signing up for a trial. Like I said, we're starting from the top. I'm gonna create an account here, and I'm just gonna use a fictitious brand or a company here that we're gonna be creating just for the purposes of this video, so you guys get a good example of what things are going to be looking like, okay? And I'll just create a quick password here, and let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, we're gonna select an organization name. I'm gonna dive deeper into separating your profiles, brands, clients in a little bit, but first let's just focus on the first profile that you're gonna be connecting. So in my case, I'll be connecting Matthew's Coffee. It is a fictitious coffee shop that I've created. Let's just say it's based out of New York City, okay? So we'll go ahead and give that a name. That's the organization's name. And in this case, you might select this as your agency's profile, right? If you're gonna be managing your own agency's profiles. Now, if you're an agency and you're connecting a client's brand, you'll be able to do that in a future step. But for this case, I'm just connecting a brand. This is my coffee shop, excuse me, here in the US. And we'll go ahead and select the New York time zone, right? Eastern time. Time zone's important. Make sure you select the right one. It'll play a very big role when it comes to scheduling, all right? So here we go. We're right across the main dashboard here. Really the first step that we're gonna take before we get access to anything else is to connect social profiles. On the bottom left, you'll see the quick add. This plus icon in the circle, you're gonna be very comfortable with very shortly. This is where you're gonna go to start, to connect profiles, add users, right? Really to do a lot of the work. So we're gonna start by adding a social profile. I'm gonna select that Matthew's Coffee brand that I had just created, and we'll start with just Facebook, like I said. Now, we're gonna navigate over to Facebook now. It's gonna ask for permissions. It's very, very important, especially for Facebook and Instagram. They give you a wide range of permissions. Make sure that you are accepting them as is. You're selecting all. Sometimes users will select only at one page, right, or modify permissions. That can create issues down the line for publishing, reporting, inbox, all that sort of stuff. So just make sure when you get to this screen, you're selecting all. And we're gonna select all here on the groups and the pages as well. When you navigate back to Vista Social, we will give you the opportunity to decide which one you actually wanna connect to your dashboard. And again, if you wanna take a few seconds or a few minutes here to read through the permissions, feel free to, but please make sure that you leave these all as is. And we'll go ahead and mark that as done. And again, sending us back to Vista Social at this time, allowing us to choose now which page, in this case Facebook, we're gonna be connecting. Now, since this is Matthew's Coffee, I'll select that one right there. And we've now connected. We can see that here on the top left, we've connected Matthew's Coffee. I'm gonna connect one more here. We'll do an Instagram just to show you guys another example. We'll select the Matthew's Coffee brand here as well. Instagram business profile. And again, this is gonna send us over to Facebook. Now, since we've already accepted all the permissions, it's not gonna ask us for too much more. It's just asking us, do we wanna just continue using the previous settings? We'll say yes, and here you go. Here's the list of business profiles I'm an admin of. We'll select the right one, and there we go. We've got both of our social profiles connected right there. Now, if you go through Instagram or if you go through Facebook and you notice, hey, my Instagram business profile is missing from the list, we have a video for that. We also have a help article that talks through step-by-step troubleshooting, and we'll make sure to link to those so you can get some troubleshooting out of that. Now, when we talk about brands, right? When we talk about the fact that you might be an agency and you might be managing multiple social profiles, you might have seen here when I start by connecting a social profile, it asks me to select a profile group. And this is how we at Vista Social allow you to organize, separate the different brands, different locations even that you're gonna be managing. So if you're an agency managing different clients, you might have a separate profile group for each client. If you're a brand with multi-location, right, retail, for example, you might have one for each of those locations that you have social profiles for. That'll keep your calendar nice and organized, your reporting, and even your user access, which we're gonna jump into right now. So really, we've connected our profiles. The next step here is going to be going right back to that quick add, and we're gonna add a team member. Now this is important. There's a couple of different ways you can add a team member. Number one, we can invite them as an admin. So let me just go ahead and invite Bob Smith here. All right, so we can invite them as an admin, and the description says it all, right? This is going to give them full access of your subscription, your account, any and all profiles you connect, any and all posts, even billing. So choose wisely when you make the determination of who's going to be an admin. You also have the opportunity to invite this user as a restricted user. And so what this means is that it's going to allow you to specify, number one, which group of profiles, which profile groups should this person have access to. So let's say a colleague of yours at your agency is responsible for a handful of clients. You would then associate the clients, those specific clients' profile groups to their access. Now, if you're a brand and you are trying to ensure that one of your colleagues who are responsible for some aspect of social media management, same thing goes here, right? We'll select that specific profile group. And then in the profile group, 3 additional kind of sub permissions, if you will, right? You can invite them as an admin for that profile group or those profile groups, meaning they're able to make changes, delete things, connect profiles, right? All of the things that they can do for those profile groups, not for the account. Read only, as it says, right? They can see pretty much everything that's going on within my example, Matthew's Coffee's profile group, but they can't really make any changes. They can't edit, they can't create posts, they can't connect or disconnect profiles. And then lastly here we have restricted user. Now this one is pretty powerful. This is where you get to determine which sections of the platform will this user have access to. So we've already determined Bob will only have Matthew's Coffee profile group permission. And so this is the Instagram and the Facebook profile that I've connected, as well as any additional profiles I might connect to this profile group in the future. And I can determine here, hey, Bob, he's actually going to be contributing. He's an intern. He's helping us out for the spring or the summer. I'm going to select contributor. So that way he can schedule posts, but anything that he schedules will require review from either myself or someone else that has elevated permissions in our profile group there. And again, you can always determine, right, view access to certain things, full access to others. This is where it really gets powerful. And then you go ahead and click save, and it'll send that invite over to your team member. So I'll go ahead and close out of this here. And really, once you've connected your profiles, you've invited your team, you're ready to get started, right? With publishing, the inbox, the reports, the reviews, you're ready to go.